What's up, friends and family? We're here again today with a great interview with Mr. Miller. He's gonna share a little of his past, future, and present with us. So, welcome. Stay tuned. How was it, bro?
Oh, I can't complain.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Try not to.
That's good. So today I'm here. I'm interested about your past. So I want to start off with your name to my viewers.
Okay, my name is Dunstan. Back home they call me Tiger. I have a twin brother. So back home in Jamaica they call us Lion and Tiger. Everybody knows as that name.
Lion
and Tiger. Anywhere you go in Jamaica, Lion and
So
Tiger.
we'll give you that name.
You know, my twin brother, he was the one who named Lion. All through his school day, they look at we grow real thin, you know.
Wow.
So they call him Marga Lion or Pink Panther, something like that.
Okay.
And then a good friend of mine said, then how you guys are twin? And one named Lion and they call the other one, you know, by his real name. So he just said Lion and Tiger and the name stuck. Even at church, everybody calls us Lion and Tiger.
Okay. So those are the only siblings?
No, 6 brothers of us, you know.
Oh.
No sisters, you know.
So it's a twin make you guys have that special name?
Yes, the twin.
That's good. So where are you growing up?
I was born and raised in Clarendon, Yorktown, and a little bit in Fogar Road. That's near the Maypen town in Clarendon, the capital. Yeah.
So how was growing up?
It was crazy. It was really hard. I'm telling you, man.
Mental, physically?
Everything. 6 brothers, no father. My mother, they call her bigger. You know, no educational background. So myself and my twin brother and the one that follows us, we were the breadwinner all the way. So we didn't get much schooling either. Almost none.
So how you guys provide for the family?
We work. We start work at a tender age, maybe 12 at a tender age. So I'm telling you, it was...
Any specific work or anything that brings in something?
Even, you know, anything that brings in something. You know, one thing I remember my mom used to put the pot on the fire. And my twin brother and I, we used to go fishing. My mother would cook the food and wait for us to bring fish in. Yeah, just for the meat kind. And funny, the mother of my kids, we end up in that same trend where, you know, and I was like, wow. I remember there were times, it wasn't often, but there were times when we used to go fishing at a place near Ramsbury, Michael Dam they call it. And my wife would wait on it. And anywhere the fish is, we have to find it. Yeah. So,
was there ever a time you guys went to get meat and did it come back with any meat?
You know, people have their private fish pond where they raise the commercial fish. Yeah. When we don't get anything at the river or the pond or the gully, we normally go steal, and I almost lost my life one day.
Yeah.
You know, the owner of the place, it was only God. You know, he was a vicious man. You know.
What happened?
You know, I was there fishing. He had a German Shepherd dog. You know those dogs, crazy. Yeah. That dog was his watchdog. And one day I was there pulling in. And then the guy that was with me at the time said, Souza, the man named Souza. I think he passed by now. Yeah. He said, Souza. And Souza was a German soldier. So he have a German Luger. He have a long rifle. And he don't leave them. And when he said that, not even the dog didn't catch my scent. Because I was down. The wind was blowing a bit too away from them. So the dog didn't catch my scent. And when the guy shot that, I started to crawl on my belly because the grass was tall. You know, that's the closest, you know, I ever went. And from that day, I never go back to another man fish pond. You know, yeah, it didn't. But it was really bad, you know. I do all kind of work. You know, I do work that I don't even want to mention right now. But as a child back then, you know, people in Yorktown know my history. You know our history. We grew up real poor. And I want to tell you what caused all this. I was almost literally born in a rich, wealthy life.
Literally?
Yes. My dad used to work at it's named Jamal Connor, but it was Alco back then, owned by America, and he was an engineer.
That was a factory.
Yes, aluminum factory.
Yeah.
You know, so my dad was rotten rich, and let me tell you something. And I'm saying this to a lot of people. You know, my daddy was a galley, so to speak, girls man.
Yeah.
You know, and he left my mom after he realized the job and all of that. He left my mom instant, and he went and he lived with different ladies. One day he decided to take us. We used to live with our mom, and he stole us when I was just a child. And cut us long story short, he was killed by the same woman, his woman. He was killed, and nobody found out. And I was a child back then, and I thought it was just me who understand what took place. I didn't understand then, but after I become a grown man, I realized what took place. You know, the lady, I'm going to tell you the lady name. I'm going to tell you the lady name. We call her Miss G. That's the name I know her from. By. She's from up top Clarendon, Cocoa Piece. You know, and I want the public to know this because she got away with it scot-free.
Even to this day?
To this day, she killed my father. And you know why he killed my father? My father had an insurance on him. Big fat insurance. And guess what? Back then, and all this comes out and by when I become a grown man, I realize what took place. The man, back then, there was a person who come and collect the insurance money. My stepmother at the time, Miss G, and that guy was having an affair. Because my dad worked in the night, sometimes day, but mostly in the night. So when that guy comes to collect the money, he would spend time. That's the only time we'd get to go outside and play. You know what is taking place? That's the only time. It's when that guy come to collect the money and they would lock in the house. But as a child, I didn't know what's going on. You know, so my dad moved from this particular community and lived in a community where he met this nurse girl that he loved. You know, so he started to ill-treat, you know, his woman back then, Miss G. I can't forget the name. And I want people to know, and if she's still alive, tell her, say, Bob's son, say, she murdered my father and caused us chaos in our life. Now, this is how we kill my father, and this is a warning to all them galleys, you know. This is how this lady killed my father. My father have high blood pressure, real high blood pressure. You know, so she mix up a concoction. She and the insurance man planned it. They mix up a concoction and she put it on top of the cabinet, you know, them tall cabinet. And she said, none of you touch it. This is for your dad. And I was wondering because normally she would mix some carrot juice, everybody would drink. But this time, she said, this is for your dad. And that evening, my dad came in and he drank the concoction that she mixed up. And less than 5 minutes, my dad started to foam and all of that. Less than 5 minutes because he troubled with high blood pressure. Started to foam. Now the nurse lady saw it because we were laughing, think he was, you know, trying to make fun and
so you were there at the time?
Yes, I was there as a kid. 3 of us was there. My dad have 3 of us with our mom. And when I said it to my brothers, they say yes, they know. They know exactly what happened. Trust me. My other 2 brothers who belongs to my father, they saw her selling into Maypen Market and they never said anything to her. And I said, any day I see her, I would make sure tell her, I said, you're a murderer. You got away with it, but God see you.
Which is right.
Hear what happened? After the strokes knocked my dad, the nurse lady realized, took him to hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't save him. Blood vessel busting in his head and everything. Bam! One lick. You know what the lady did? They took my dad to the hospital the evening.
Mm-hmm.
When I woke up, when my brother and I woke up in the morning, there was nothing in the house. She cleaned everything out. And she left us right there.
You mean the exact day after?
The exact day after.
So the police, they don't consider this and look into this? And
If it was no,
yeah.
she would be caught.
So that wasn't like in the 90s?
No,
Yeah.
later than that. Because I was about 7 years. Or I was in grade 2 at the time then. You know, so it was long time, and because it's stroke, nobody recognized. Nobody would, say any foul play because he have high blood pressure. But she's the one mix the concoction up. Now, listen what happened. Why? And I'm giving the police evidence right now. Now, look what happened. After she took everything, even our very H paper, she cleaned the house out. We were standing at the gate crying because it was a locked-in place. We were there crying. Every vehicle that passed, we were wondering if our dad in that vehicle, because we didn't even understand that my dad had died. We didn't even know what's going on.
At that time.
They took him to the hospital, and then somebody came and said, your father died. I didn't even understand what is going on. Man, my mom, she finally found us. Took us back home. You know what she did? Not long after, she married to the same man who used to collect the money for the insurance. You see how it set up? She got a bag of money. I'm telling you, because my dad used to work at Alcoa. It is Jamalco now. When you work at those places, you are top of the line.
Yeah, I remember that company.
Yeah, and bro, every day as a youth I grew up and I said my life could be different. I could be rich. I could get a good education and all of that. But one thing I used to really calm my spirit and don't lose hope. Even today, I said it helped me to grow strong. Yeah. You understand? We didn't have anybody. My mother got a portion of money too. Yeah.
From the insurance?
No. Remember, I'm telling you, it's a top company, Back then she got about $10,000. At that time, we only know the biggest money was $20 in Jamaica. So you must know. She got robbed also by one of her baby father. You understand? So we were at the bottom of the food chain in the community. We were beaten, we were bullied, because guess what? We have nobody to defend us. Yeah. You know what it is to grow in a volatile community with nobody to stand up for you as a kid? Everybody take disadvantage of you. I told you about how we used to go fishing. There was this done in the community. We couldn't pass the yard gate because we used to have a fish on the string. And we feel bossy. One day they stop us and they break off all the big fish. Yeah, that's what they did. So now, whenever time we catch fish, we have to walk almost half mile around their house. Because we have nobody to stand up for us. But it helps us to grow tough. Real tough. And guess what? We turned out alright. We turned out alright.
So, alright. So tell me about schooling. What did you finish school?
Good question. At that stage, working and helping my mom. I couldn't get the chance to go to school.
You mean like no school at all?
I mean, primary is off and on. Primary. Off and on. Until we stop. I stop.
You didn't get to go to high school.
Listen. I stop at once. You know, I stop at one time.
That's primary.
Yes. And then, you know, this guy, I can't forget him. Derek. Then call him something cat. What is Supreme Cat? Can't forget this guy. One day Supreme Cat come to me. Never told him though. I never see him to really thank him. He came to me one day and said, you see, you're not going to school. One day you might lucky to get a woman in America. And you can't write your letter. Let me tell you something before we go any further. You see, sometimes you see some youth act up and go on. It's just a father figure they want to really tell them what is going on, you know.
That's so true.
The man come to me and said, one day you're going to have a woman, a foreign, and you're going to write a letter. And your friend you have to go ask, and you know what's going to happen? Your friend are going to take away your girl because he might go write whatever he want. And you see, from that, we start go back to school. So I work 1 week, I'm go to school 2 weeks. And one time, another time, I start to go 4 past all age. Almost stop again because I walk in, I used to have this fancy school bag. It was backpack and it was a string bag. But it's like the little suitcase. My grandmother was in abroad at the time and she came down with this suitcase looking bag. You know, so when I step in school with my little suitcase, I haven't been to school maybe for 2 weeks. The children like, oh, inspector! You know, they used to have inspector back then and I feel so embarrassed. But you know, I keep working, going to school. I remember I end up live at this lady house. You know, left my mom, live at this lady house, working on her chicken farm. I used to work on chicken farm, you know. So I was working on her chicken farm and going to school. That's the best time of my school days, you know. Yeah, so it wasn't easy, bro. It wasn't easy.
So you gotta take care of the mother plus the
brothers and everybody. You understand? 3 of us did that. I have a brother where, you know, he didn't get any schooling. I am the only one who get a little bit. You know, I am the only one. You know, it best of my learning, and I'm telling you this, and I can't tell anybody, the best of my learning is not even school. It's church. Would you believe that? Seventh-day Adventist church.
Definitely.
When I went to the Seventh-day Adventist church and I saw some little kids reading fluently, I was like, what? You know, and I want to do that. You know, so I still go to the Seventh-day Adventist church and I start to, you know, practice and I want to know, I want to take part. And it changed my life. It changed my life.
That's good. So was it just you went to church or?
Okay, my twin brother, this is it. We are so closely knit. And you know twins tend to closely knit. You know, I got baptized so I started to encourage him. He got baptized too. Funny thing is, I'm married to a woman who is older than I. He married to a woman who is older than me. You know, he got 2 kids, I got 2 kids. That's how closely knit we were.
So it's a plan? It's a plan?
It's not a plan, you know. Trust me, it wasn't any plan. But it's like anything he does, I automatically do it. If I do something,
or by design.
But I don't know. You know, because he used to raise a lot of goat. A matter of fact, I got up one day and said, you know, I have to start some business. I end up learning a skill. You know, just by working in construction, I end up learning the skill. And one day I said to myself, every time I work at any form of building or project, I'm going to buy a goat. And I asked him, he got a car that at that time I didn't have. And I bought 1 goat and then the guy have some other goat. Both of us end up buying goat. Both of us end up raising goat. You understand? So he end up got baptized. He serve as a elder right now, you know. But we
He's
are
still in the church.
he is still in the church, you know. But we are very controversial or radical then, you know. Maybe it's because of the street life. And I wouldn't say I grew up on the street, but I learned because I was always there. But I always have a home to go to. But you know, as a boy, you have no father to say you can't do this or you can't do that. So I end up learning the street life. So a pastor can't tell me certain things without proof. You know, you can just dictate to me, and he is the same. So right now they're having a little problem with him as a elder, you know.
Yeah, that's right. So at what point, at what age your life started, you start to have a little success in life. You start to see things a little clearer financially and better for your family.
Okay. After I end up in the church, I start to realize that I need certain things. You know, as get married, you know, you need a place to put your wife, you know, kids. So I start to think in that sense, and I said, you know, so I take my trade more serious. And then when I got a job, I got a nice job, you know, to do some building work, and that's when I start to save some money, you know. And I always do this, and I want to say it to the young people. I always prepare myself for any form of opportunities, if you understand what I'm saying.
To serve in a position.
That's right. I'm in construction. I try to learn everything in construction. I do general construction. You know, if you are running a kitchen and you said come and help, I am trying to learn how to cook. I don't like to be anywhere I do anything and not learning something. You know, so the construction work started, and you know what I did? In the back of my mind, I want to come to America because, you know, I want a piece of the apple. You know, so I got out my passport. Yes, I got out my passport at an early age. Yeah, before I get the chance to travel.
So what age was that?
That was, I think, before I had got my first child, probably in my 20s, my late 20s. You know, because I end up, the passport that I got out expired. Yeah, before I even get the chance, before it even conceive in my brain that, hey, you're going to travel one day. And that passport expired, and when maybe a 2-year pass, I got another one. You know?
Okay.
And because I was saying to myself, the day when Master God give me the chance, me not supposed to run go look passport or anything. You understand? And this is what I told my other brothers back in Jamaica. I said, if you get your passport out, I will give you the money to go look the visa. And believe you me, some of my brothers still spinning and spinning. I will not give you the money to look about your passport, and you are a working person. No, you have to meet me part way.
So there's no interest, probably.
That's right. You know, right now, 2 of my brothers don't speak to me. Because what? I am saying, if you today you said you're gonna start a profitable project, I am willing to help. But don't call me and begging me a $20, $100 or a $50. That's not it. And if I give you one time, no, you're not gonna get it twice. But if you said, listen, brother, I have a project, you know, and I need some help.
Which is right.
And I look through that project and I see it is feasible, I will help you. That's me. So I said, you know what? Look about your papers. Just look about your passport. I will send the money for you to go to the embassy. And some haven't taken up the chance. So that's me. I always prepare myself. You know, I'm never comfortable doing something over the years and not learning. So far, so good for me.
Okay. So, alright. So what the other step? How did you know? Did something or someone told you about making this step to America?
Yes, the truth is, my first wife, my first wife, she have about 3 sisters, I think. Yeah. One came to Jamaica and, I took them around, I gave them a car and all of that to travel, and they want to return the favor by, for me to come up. So I just went and looked the visa. At the time I was in a pretty good job. I was building like 2 houses, My brother was running one, I was dealing with one, and when I went to embassy, I didn't even ready to travel. So when I went there and they were questioning me, I just answered. I wasn't nervous or anything because at the time I was in a good job.
So whatever happened?
Yes, man. So they see, because that's it, I told my brothers that, you see those people up at embassy, they are high psychologists. They can see the fear, they can smell the fear, they can know when you're lying. So you have to be truthful and tactful. So I went and I got it, and I got it for years. Because a lot of people don't understand about America. Having a visa is not it. No. It's when you have the visa where to come stay in America. If you don't have a family or a friend to put you up, how you gonna live?
That's true.
That's
true. The visa is just a beginning phase of it.
Yeah, that's why they when you reach to the airport, they want to know where you're going. Because you don't have the money to spend 2 weeks into a hotel. You understand? So they want to know who you're going with and where you're going. You understand? So I had the visa back then, but I have nowhere to go until the same in-laws said, hey, you can come up. I went up for 2 weeks. And I went back home. And when I went back home, it was 6 years after. That's the one, like, the guy, the immigration officer was like, man, 6 years and you haven't traveled. But I went to like different Caribbean islands, So they was like, man, you haven't been to America for 6 years.
So something happened when I went up for the 2 weeks. I just didn't have it. I just have a need to go back, or...
Yeah, I want to, but it wasn't encouraging because I went up there and I was like, for 2 weeks I was like inside the house. I didn't get the chance to go out because the people they gone to work and I was like in the house watching TV, and that wasn't me. I want to see places. I want to know. Yeah, they took me to a jog race and all of that, but
to experience America.
Yeah, so it wasn't all that energetic for me to come back. So I went to Bahamas and it was good at Bahamas, and I went to Trinidad and Tobago and it was good also, So when I decided to come back to America, they stopped me at the airport. I always get a hard time whenever time I go to the trying to come to US. They always give me a hard time, and I assume it is probably where I'm from, the community. Yes. As I see that address, red light. So they always terrorize me and, they treat me real hard. But, no problem. But when they look at my passport, they say, 6 years you haven't come to America. So you plan not to go back this time? Huh? And I was like, no, sir. I plan to go back home because I have my family. So I did go back home and but I enjoy living here. Trust me.
So now we're here in America. Yeah. So the second time I went to America, that's the time I decided you're not going back to Jamaica for now. Or it's
the third time.
So you traveled 3 times?
3 times to America. I've been to Florida. I've been to New York. And
so New York was the second trip?
Yes. I think it happened to me. Yeah, second. No. I came to South Carolina the first. Not Myrtle Beach though. The second time. I went to Florida the first, South Carolina the second. Then I went to New York.
Which was the last.
No, I think happened to me in New York, When I've been there for a while with a friend. He had a little business, so, you know, every now and then he carry me around a plumbing business, and you know, I want to learn the skill. So I was there with him, and I have some idea about plumbing, but you know, American system of construction is a bit different from Jamaica.
Yeah.
So I want to learn, because as I said, I love to learn, I like to improve. And he used to give me a little thing on the side, and I appreciate it. He was a good friend. I stayed at his house for a while. And man, this happened to me. After I started to get a little money, I went into a store for the first time in my life. I went into a dollar store. You know when you say dollar store, you have some dollar store, everything is for $1. And another dollar store, you know, you have things that's much expensive than $1. And when I go in there, I stand up like this with my money in my pocket, and I look around. And I felt so good. You know why? I could buy anything I want. No, man, it felt so good. I was just looking, and anything I want, I could buy, and I was like, wow, this feels real good. You know, I buy some crap, I just buy something. Because I don't even want it, I just buy it because, you know, I had money back then, you know, because things was good for my friend business, you know, and he treated me real good. Man, I felt so good, you know, I could send something to my family back home. But after a while, things get really hard in New York.
What year was this?
That was 2019, I think.
In New York?
Yes.
Alright, so tell me about New York at that time.
Ah, boy. It was one of my highest spiritual life. I'm telling you. My Christian life was, if God did appear back then in New York, man, I'll be caught up. Trust me.
Yeah.
I was so deep. I was so deep. I was on the choir. I was doing ministry. Yeah. I found a nice little church.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little church. Something like Jamaica, because you know we like the thing, the Caribbean mixture, and it was so good. And then things started to get real tough, bro. Yes, man. I started to work with this brother where him not nice, him really unfair. Him do construction, and I couldn't get paid. When I do get paid, it was not what I'm supposed to get. And bro, it was really hard. I can't even send anything back home. I mean, when I rent an apartment, and when the month, the second week in the month, and I don't see where the rent coming from, a crazy feeling. I was so stressed out, because it's not like Jamaica where you can say, yo, landlord, no, it don't work that way up here.
No.
You have to have your rent. And if it's short $2, you gotta get a late fee.
Problem.
So I'm starting to be so stressed out. I mean, so stressed out. And man, I fall on my knee one day and I start to cry. And I said, God, this same poverty life coming back to haunt me. Follow me all the way to New York. What have I done to deserve this? Because you know we have the mindset that you come to America,
make things
everything
better.
nice. No. You see, when you don't have papers, you can't get no work. Nobody not gonna employ you. And if another man, if a little man employ you on the side, him rob you, you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
So I was experiencing all of that. I was, you know, and somebody from South Carolina said, yo, come down. You know, and it's the greatest move I ever made in America. Yeah. I came, I got married right now, and you know, I can give thanks. I'm alright to an extent. You know, I'm alright. One of the experience I have, I want to share too with in America. I haven't seen this. I met so much Jamaican in New York. If I talk to 10 person, 5 probably be Jamaican. And I've never seen a rich Jamaica in America. You know, the picture that they paint back home, like when they come visit, different thing when they come up here and look. When I came to America and saw what is going on, 2 jobs, 9 to 5. Yeah. I'm not saying there is no rich people in America, you know, but I haven't seen any. They all have 2 jobs like everybody else. None of it. Not one. No rich. If we not work, if we not hustle, we not trouble. Yeah. So that was one of my shock also.
Yeah.
You know, I used to think that, hey, every Jamaican in America well off.
That's true.
Rotten
that's
rich.
true.
You know, because when them come home, them have the most gold chain, they rent a car and them spend, and me I say, oh, what?
Lifestyle flashy.
Yeah. And people back home, they have that opinion. Even your relative believe that, hey, you're up here, I work on money, you have money, because that's what they see.
That's what you're showing them.
Yeah, that's what people go and portray.
Mm-hmm.
So they believe that it's the same thing with you. But it's not like that, brother.
Yeah, you gotta
Worse.
work hard, man.
Oh my God. Nobody employ you up here if you don't have papers.
You gotta work hard.
You know? And oh my God.
And as I said before, if you do get a job,
Yeah.
the boss can do whatever and give you whatever.
I've been there.
There's nobody
I've
you
been
can go
there.
and complain to.
New York was a disaster in that field. New York was a disaster. You hear me I tell you? It was a disaster when it comes to money wise. Because nobody, I mean, New York is so stiff. They're not employing you if you don't have papers. Luckily, you will get a little restaurant or a little, and they treat you real bad. You know, and the worst people to work with in America is a Jamaican.
Yeah.
I realize
Them
that.
treat you the
Yes,
worst.
the worst because they
Them know your
calculate.
situation.
Yeah, and they're calculating the Jamaican dollar with the American. You know, so I've been there, but you know, I'm still giving thanks, bro. God keep me healthy, you know, and I'm not bad. I'm now learning and trying to experience in other things in the work field. I'm not working, so to speak. I'm training. I'm doing some apprenticeship, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as my things sort out, you know, 100%. It's just a matter of time.
Alright, so let's talk about the kids now. Where are kids them right now?
One of my kid is up here. That's the boy. He's in somewhere else in America. I don't really want to, you know, but he's up here. He's doing well. He got a child. My daughter, a princess. Love her too much, man.
Princess.
Love her too much. One girl.
You never call a boy king, eh?
Yeah, but the funny thing is, his name, we call him, his nickname is King D. And I told him that his son, he got a son.
Yeah.
I told him his son is Prince, you know. But you know how it goes with boy and girl. Boys are for mom, girls are for the dad. You know, but we had a good relationship.
So, was there anything brought over to your son that was like your life? You tried to give your son a different lifestyle from how you was growing up?
Of course. I tried, you know.
What's the challenge as raising a boy? Because I have a son, so I want to know if your challenge.
My challenge is, my son never listened to me. He never take instruction from me. He more listen to his mom. You know, the truth is, we wasn't like this. And I heard something I saw something on Facebook. It said your child is not your friend.
No.
You know, your child is your child. You know, so we weren't friends, so to speak, but he showed respect. He's a very respectful young man. You know, and he's too kind-hearted. Is too, and that is greatest downfall. And if he's watching this, you know, son, you know me love you. You know me love you. I'd do anything for you. But your greatest downfall, you're too kind-hearted. And probably you get some of that from me and another dose from your mother. It's not your fault. But you need to get tough, youth. Get real tough and even get mean for your own good. Yeah, man. But the girl is alright, you know, daddy girl.
She listen.
Yeah, she listen. And she have a mind of her own. Even my son, him have a mind of his own because, as I said, him don't listen to me. You know, over 5 times now, he said, Daddy, I'm going to come hang with you. And he haven't turned up as yet. But the windows is still open, the door is still open, you know, whenever time. But my daughter, she just graduated about a year ago from university, you know. So she's doing okay, working from home, still looking a job. You know, greatest thing would have happened, my greatest joy right now is to see my daughter again. To have her here beside me. That would be, you know, everything. You know, that would be my greatest joy. You know, since I came to America, my greatest joy is when my son came and visit me. You know, my kids are everything to me, man. Everything. And I make sure. That's why I'm here. I didn't tell you. That's why I'm here. That's why I came and I stay in America. Just to see my daughter through university, because I said, you know, I want to give them that what I never had. I never have anybody to look out for me. One cousin out of my entire family show some love and some compassion. She's in America right now. She named Pat Bode. I want to mention her name. That's the only. I remember my mother as the last child, and she took sick, bro. Something left back inside of her. She have to leave the baby at the house and go back into the hospital. And let me tell you something. It's just me and my twin brother raising that couple days old baby, you know. Pat Booth was the only family came here. You know, I remember we were peeling an orange. We were cutting the orange in two and then squeeze it out in the bottle for the baby. And it was, you know, with all the rhyme and everything, you know. Poor, we didn't know better. And there was this lady, she's sick in her head. You know, Junie, her name is Junie. Saw us and said, no, you need to peel the orange first. You know, that's how it is. It's when you're poor and you're at the bottom of the food chain. Nobody cares about you, bro.
That's true.
Nobody, no family want to see you around. You know, but God would have it that things change. When they saw us, myself and my twin brother, and the other one that followed, all of my brothers, but those 3 of us, we stick together like this. And God have it. You know, one of the saddest things for me, my mother passed off before me come to America. You know? Because she never leave us in the trying time.
They shouldn't get free.
Oh God, man, me cry tears. Me cry tears at New York when Mother's Day come. I mean, not even want to talk because I get emotional when we talk about it.
I understand.
Yeah, man, me cry tears, man. Cause Sully never leave us. Never. She always there. 6 away. You know? I give God thanks for her. Okay. You know, none of we not end up. 6 boys. None of us ever end up behind bar for any form of criminal activity. You know? With one mother, nobody, but she never put up to no nonsense. You think we could have thief anything can go yard? And that's one of the things I heard Jamaica. I'm going to tell you on your program, bro. This is what causing the downfall of Jamaica in the criminal affair. Mother, baby mother, grandmother, they are the ones causing it.
Explain.
The mother. Anyhow, that thieving son. Every criminal have somebody where they confine him to, you know.
True.
Anyhow, he can't carry thieving stolen goods to the home where mother carry it. The baby mother is the next one. They are the worst because they want to live big. They are the one. If at first, I'm going to tell you something, grandmother, those 3, they are the one who putting up with the criminality. If they would just call the police and say, listen, I tell the boy, I say, listen, the next time you see anything like this, you know, a prison for you, you know. I have a friend, he's a Christian now, I'm not calling him. He got into a gang, murderous gang. His mother I do laundry. When the mother got through, I turn out in pocket. Gloves and mask found in the boy pocket. You know what mother do? The mother run out on the street and put her hand on her head and say, murder! Ball! Yes! So the public know. That guy never. You know what? The guy, the ruler of the gang say, you can't stay in our group anymore.
Because too much
Yeah, man, I can't call the leader for the group because I'm dead long time. Shut up. One of the most dangerous gunman we walk Clarendon. Everybody fear him and his family. Trust me. And Shadow say, yo, you can't stay here anymore. Can I tell you this? That guy is the only one still alive today.
Out of the group.
Out of the group. He become a Christian, 7-day Church of God. He become a Christian. And he's the only, he testify all the while. He's the only one still alive. In life change, brother. So if the mothers and the baby mothers and the grandmothers, when them see them picking and carrying things where they know say, enough for them. We say, listen, is either I stop or you go to prison. My mother, we couldn't even nothing get out of yard.
And fathers, them not uphold with that. That's the number one.
That's right.
And them not go to them father with that.
No, man, my mother always. You see, boy, bikini. Notice, as a boy reach certain stage in her life, who in talk about?
Mother.
His mother.
My bail out your mother out of
Notice the entertainer them. Notice the entertainer them. As they reach certain stage in her life, who them look about? Mother, because most of 95% of the time, no father, not around. You understand? So them always, so you see, if mother ever say, yo, you cannot do this or else, you have to change. Why I didn't turn, and my brothers didn't turn to criminality? Where we are going to carry it to?
Strong mother.
Where can we bring stolen goods? Yard? Yeah, man. As poor and as hungry as we be, we can't do it. We can't. So, that's the problem there, brother. Mother, baby mother and grandmother, and them can fix Jamaica. Trust me. They are the only one can fix Jamaica.
It's so true because they got so many criminal elements right now.
No, tell them, man.
Not take no talk from them father.
No, tell them, man. No father not did
The
that.
father can't talk to them,
There is
especially because, alright, you know, in a lot of these homes, you know, the father is present, you know,
Yes.
but yet still the son will never talk about the father, even if he's present.
No.
He would never. He always give the recognition to the mother.
You touch the point. I
And society have a lot to do with this.
definitely.
Society, people always stand for honor their mother, even though the
right.
father is there.
That's right.
Them always big up
That's
mommy
right.
first and
That's
then
right. All the
father
time.
next.
All the time.
And them help curve society that way.
That's right. And me I tell you, you are so right because I have been there for my kids them. I never left Jamaica totally until my kids them grow. Them are 20 or 19, about that stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been there ever since with my son. And because of mother, we don't have a good relationship. She didn't listen
Give
to me.
all the praise to mommy same way.
Even when he come and me say, you would come side of me, come, daddy have it set for you because my intention is to make the boy go back to school. You understand? Further in career. You think he listen to me?
Mother want him to work and send money
Mother
down.
have different plan, brother. Mother have a different plan. So it's not easy for a father to get true to his son without the mother help.
I know.
You know?
I know. Yeah, and I'm glad I really expand on that because society is totally womanism.
Oh God,
The
man.
mother is queen. Baby mother is princess. And you can't, the father is nowhere to be found. Even when the father is in the household, the father is
That's
still
right.
backbench.
Of course.
Because it's not political correct for you to go on a platform and say big up daddy. Nobody wants to hear that.
No, because
Nobody know want to hear big up daddy, you know.
and I blame the fathers too. You know, because as I said, 95% of these fathers, they are not there.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
Look at Father's Day. It's like I don't know what to say. No emphasis. Look at Mother's Day. You understand? You see the difference? Because and we have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, and me as a father, a lot of times, my son, concern coming to my son, I'm just said, being a mother said, yeah. So we pass on. Sometimes we pass on the authority and everything to the mothers.
True.
And the kids
go to your mother.
Yeah, go to your mother. Make your mother help.
I fall in that too.
Yeah, go to mommy and let mommy deal with that fear.
Let me tell you something too. My mom, they call her bigger, you know. She used to give me some murderation, you know. That's even when my kids when I got my kids now. I don't want to lick them because I've been there. I have a neighbor who have a son. Anytime you hear that the neighbor beat him, boy, you know, murderation. You know Jamaican parents go on. They murder you, literally murder you. And one day, we couldn't take it. I run go over there, I'm going to your house, and pull away the youth from my mother. I said, no man, you cannot do that. Because I have learned throughout the years, as I told you, it was a gentleman who speak to me. And I didn't do it. I talk. If you can get through to a child by reasoning, brother, your friend, you know. And I said, when we take away the youth from the mother, you see, anytime my mother whop him, I whip him ass, and my name, you know, Tiger, Tiger! You know me, I forgot. One day she lock up, his mother make sure lock up the whole door. Me there win and say, "Stop beating boy, I'm going to call police." Because I have been there. And it didn't do any good. It didn't do any good, brother. I have never put my hand on my daughter. I beat the boy, though, you know. You know, because the boy, breed. You know, him just now listen, and him always do the opposite. You know, so me give him 1 and 2 lick, and the mother defend him. Mother defend him to the ground. You know, and it used to drive a wedge between us. Because, you know, mommy love him too much. A mother not supposed to grow a boy. It's supposed to be the father.
A boy is a different breed. They need a king to raise a king.
Yeah.
A lion is not a lion because he's a lion is not the fastest in the jungle.
No.
A lion is not the strongest in the jungle.
No.
Neither is he the biggest in the jungle.
No.
You know, a lion is precise.
Definitely.
Focus.
Definitely.
And he know what he want and he go for what he want.
Definitely.
You need a man. You need a lion to raise a lion.
Of course.
No other animal can raise a lion.
You're right.
You need a man to raise a man. A woman raise a boy. He can't. That boy can come successful enough, but he's still gonna be missing the man figure, the man.
Of course, he's more feminine, more than
the man-ness of a man can only be taught by a man. A mother can only show a boy how to be a man.
Definitely.
But a father know how to direct and bring you to the forefront as a man. And my father teach me how not to hit a woman, how to tie my tie when I go to church on Sundays and all them things.
I didn't have those privilege.
Yeah, and I'm sure you didn't learn about to tie a tie for your mother.
No.
Yeah,
a friend.
Exactly.
A friend.
There's certain things and certain teaching that we need a father.
Yeah.
And this curved society or level, which me never want to talk about, I know, because it's so political right now for you to try to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
But we move from this and how's marriage life in America?
It's totally different from Jamaica. You know, that's what I learned. You know, that's what I learned. Jamaica, a man run things.
Yeah.
In America, it's a female who run things. Whether you want to believe that or not.
The fact is.
You know, that's how it is. And I am learning how to really, I don't know how to put it, but I'm learning to accept certain things, you know, certain rules. You know, it wasn't easy at first because at first I was just licking out on it.
Yeah.
You know, I am the man, and
Yeah.
you know what? I realized not so in America.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Yeah.
I learned to humble myself, and you know,
A lot of compromising.
definitely. But
Yeah.
so far so good. I'm not complaining. So far so good. You understand? Yeah, I'm celebrating my first anniversary. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome.
yeah. I'm sorry. Last what Wednesday? Yeah.
Big up wife, you know.
Big up wife, man. Yeah, man. Arlene Peso Miller. Love you every time.
So, looking back on your journey till this day, is there anything you would have changed or do different?
Good question, you know. Good. It's the best question of the day.
Mm.
Yeah. I really reflect many times with all, let me tell you, with all that I've been through, would I change it? What if my father was alive then and still alive now? I know I would live a real wealthy life. You know?
Mm.
I know definitely I would be a nerd because at the outset, that's what he wants, you know, book because he was a fair enough bright guy, you know.
So you would have to lead you guys in
Yes,
that part.
but looking to everything that happened, I have no regrets. This struggle, this hardness helped me to appreciate life. Because when I look and see some other rich kids, how they take life for granted, and how they waste their substance. You know, I have never smoked, I have never drink till I'm drunk. I don't drink anymore for the longest while. You know, I don't gamble, you know. And all this, I learn it, you know, because of life struggle. And I am more vigilant to succeed in life.
Focus.
Yeah, more focus. I am, as I said, I try to make myself prepare for the next opportunity. Because guess what? I have nothing to rally back on. I have nothing to, I have no reserve.
No plan B.
No. So I have to make sure I'm on the cutting edge. And trust me, I would live it again. You know, maybe some of the little hard part I would, but definitely my life looking back, yeah, I can say, twin, lion and tiger. Because right now, whatever project my brother doing in Jamaica, I help him 100%. And sometimes I say, boy, I respect what you do for me, you know. But I said, listen, I know if it was you here, you would do the same. Because that's how we live, man. Yeah, man, that's how we live. When I was back home and things really hard and through him run a taxi, he was a little better off most of the time. I could go to him and say, yo, lend me your money because kids have to go to school tomorrow, you know. You know, and these are some of the things that really let me know that, yo, you have to move. You have to do something. Let me tell you something before you close. Another thing that I learned, bro. A woman, and I learned this from experience, a woman will live with a man in poverty. And if that woman even get the chance to go abroad, he not left him man and picnic. She will stuck with you in poverty no matter what. Not leaving. But you see a man, as you mentioned the lion have a time when him leaving family, you know, and he go patrol in territory. Us as man, we know that we are a provider. So if we have to leave, we have to leave just because we know the food needed at the house. And that was my experience. I realized some woman right now in Jamaica, them get a chance, them not leave them man. For none, no matter in crayfish and all this, them not leave. But the man, because we have that instinct in us, say, listen, we are breadwinner. And that's what I did. You know, my daughter finished school. You understand? Yeah, not too bad. Because that's what I'm all about. Take care of my family. Yeah. Take care of my family.
You gotta go to hunt.
Of course. Funny thing, and the female lion hunt do the most of the hunting,
I know.
But the lion do the
The
protection.
guardian.
Yeah, he's the one who protect the family from other lions. So and sometimes him hunt.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to go out there. Mama and wife stay, but we have to go.
And that's the way we were taught.
Yeah, so.
The man.
Yeah, man. So I realize, a lady will love you and stay with you in poverty and wallow in the dirt with you, no matter what. And say, nah, left a man. But not so with the man, because we know what it is.
Yeah.
We know what time is it.
We're not gonna sit down and feel hungry and sit hungry
and that's why I really believe that we are a family, because we have that same instinct. I notice you as a man try everything to survive. Honestly, and I have the same instinct. We try and we do anything to survive. Honestly.
Yeah, cause look at it. When you're born like this, like as I said, the bottom of the food chain.
Yeah.
And you see everything in the bottom. You see poverty, you see hungriness, you see killing, you see death. Whereas you can't go no deeper.
That's right.
If it's not death, once you're alive in the bottom of the food chain, there's only one way to go.
Up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And by going up, you know what is hungry. So you're hungry when it comes to that.
Course, man,
you're seeing killing. You're hungry when it comes to that. You know that you don't have to kill nobody to survive. You're seeing marriage break up. You're seeing everything. God. So this is what make this is why we are humble in a situation. Any situation come, even if we complain, we know so there's better because we've been through worse.
True.
And people who have been through this life, as soon as them boat start rock, them start panic.
True.
Because they're not sure where the boat are going to end up.
That's why I said I wouldn't change my life for nothing.
No, and neither have I. I wouldn't change
nothing. As much as poverty and suffering, I know what suffering and poverty is.
Yeah.
But I know it's a part of the training ground for me. That's what brought me through. That's what keep me vigilant, brother. That's what made me want to go higher and fight. And when I make a little sum, I can't waste it. You as you said, we have nothing. We don't have a B plan.
No.
A plan. Straight
all
ahead.
The way.
It after work.
All the way after work.
B plan what? A plan must work.
When you have a plan B can be a distraction, bro.
Man. You relax because so if anything no work, I can go back on my mother yard. I don't have a mother yard to go back to. So a plan is straight ahead, man.
Before we close on, bro, I wanted to share something to encourage, a short word of encouragement, to encourage anybody who've been through the same thing you've been through and at the point of give up right now in this country or worldwide, any country, because the whole world is feeling we're going through a change, a climate change, everything. The whole world is turning upside down right now. So before we close, I just wanted to share a word of encouragement to anyone.
Yeah, and I want to talk to especially those who are down there and want to come up, And I said it earlier on. Make sure you make yourself marketable then. That's another word. Make yourself marketable. Because it makes no sense if you get the chance to come to America, you can't do nothing. What can you do? What can you do?
In other words, purposeful from home.
Of course, prepare, man. I need a job. What can you do?
What can you do?
You understand? I don't know. So first thing, prepare yourself. Make yourself marketable. Educate yourself. If you can't read, bro, the internet is there. The phone is there. Learn to read and write. Because everything now is computerized. You go to the airport, everything on but you barely can tap a man and ask him, hey, he don't have no time for you.
No time, everything.
God bless if you find somebody who can direct you and almost customer service. Nobody don't have no time for you, brother. So, make yourself marketable. Find something skillful where you can do and improve every day. Educate yourself. And the top of it, be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Because guess what? If you do anything when you're honest, time will go catch up on you. And you will lose everything. Yeah. I just that me have to share.
Well said, bro. And my family, my friends, my subscribers, we come to the end of another great conversation. And as always, as I said, peace, stay focused all the time. One love.
Yeah, man.